Assalamu alaikum. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli rabbi zidni ilma. Hope that you all are well, doing well, studying, enjoying your life. So today we are here with another video on Excel that is based on functions. But before I start this video, I hope that you have watched the first video that was for introduction, as well as a very comprehensive video on the features of Home tab. So today we are going to continue with the functions, and one of the basic functions that we are going to discuss, like just talking about, we're going to discuss the sum function, if, average, minimum, and maximum. You can see that this is showing you the heading, which is merged centered, the heading, how is it written, the generation of the numbers, how can you maximize or adjust the column width or column size, and similarly the row height also. So along with that, if you have not watched this video, or if you have not watched the short, so please do visit the playlist and get the benefit from these shorts and the video also. Now moving to, this is my table consisting of a few names and the marks of the students. So the first thing that we are doing is we are finding out the obtained marks. And in order to find the obtained marks, what are we doing? Let's just remember, working on functions means that you have to start with an equals to. The moment you press equals to, you can see the change in the name box. The name box is no more showing you the name of the cell, that is the place where your cell currently is, like G5. It is now showing you the sum. It means that it's the beginning of a function. Let me start with the very basic thing. I said I typed SUM, and you can see the function is visible. And here you can simply find out the sum of all the values in this range by simply selecting the values in this manner, and you close the bracket, and in this manner the calculation is now shown to you. The biggest advantage, if you have made any change in any value, like maybe from 51 you are changing it to maybe 56, so the moment you change one value, the calculation is done automatically. And there is one of the very important features of Excel, that it is performing automatic calculations the moment a value is changed. So calculations are updated also. So now just showing you once again for the second value, like for Ahmed Kamal, again equals to, we typed sum, the brackets open, and then you can simply perform the same activity by selecting the cells in this range. You close the bracket, press enter, and it has performed this calculation automatically. Now it is okay because we have only 10 students data, but assume that you have a number of students, so that will be too tedious. So telling you the very simple tip, you have written the formula somewhere, you want the values to be dragged down or copied and pasted, you simply move to the fill handle and double click. That's all. So all the values in this range will be automatically calculated and shown in the respective cells. This is something very simple. We have found the sum. Now talking about the percentage. Percentage is, there's no as such direct formula available for finding out the percentage, but we can use our own formula. No function is available, so no worries at all. I'll start with the equals to symbol, and we know the percentage means the obtained marks divided by the total marks multiplied by 100. So since I have 4 subjects, physics, math, computer science, and English, so that's why it's 4 subjects multiplied by 100 means 400 marks. And that is why I simply typed equals to G5, which is the cell containing obtained marks, divided by 400 into 100, and the percentage will be calculated. Now you can see, again, the same thing. Simply double clicking here means it is going to show you the formula in this manner. Like it has copied the formula down, and it is now showing you the current calculation of the percentage. Now, one more thing you can see, some of the values are containing two decimals, some of the values are containing 1 decimal, and some are not containing any decimals. So if you want to have the decimals present to be displayed also, again, a very simple thing you can see here, that the use of decimals is present here. You can see the 2 symbols which are here are for increasing the decimals. You can see here, pressing once is going to result in increasing decimal to 1 place, 2 places, 3 places. So if I keep on pressing, so you can see now it has resulted in 3 decimal places. If you want to decrease, you simply click here and the number of decimal places will decrease. So if you want the same formatting to be applied, you can simply do the same thing for this also. Like you want 2 decimal places, that makes it more, we can say, more presentable, I should say. So you can simply do it in the same manner for increasing the decimals and or decreasing the decimals. Got it? I'm repeating it for all the columns to make them understandable. So this is how your column is more presentable. So we have used sum to find out the obtained marks. We have used the formula to find out the percentage. And now let's move to finding out the average, maximum, and minimum. Let's do it. I want to find out the average marks of physics. Similarly, I want to find out the average marks of math, computer science, English also. So I'm simply writing down equals to, and then I'm simply writing down AVERAGE, the formula for finding out the average. Again, applying the same, the range of cells is selected, close the bracket, and you can see the average marks for physics are calculated, and applying the same thing, I'm simply copying and pasting the formula. Either you want to type it yourself, that's perfectly okay, but I don't want, I can simply copy and paste. And this is how the average of math, the average of computer science, the average of English, they all are computed, and just showing you a change of one value in one cell is immediately shown in the obtained marks, the percentage, and the and the average marks also. So this is the beauty of Excel. Fine. This is the most, this is the biggest advantage of Excel. The way we have to find the average, similarly, we are going to now compute the minimum and the maximum. So for minimum, the formula is equals to MIN, and then again the brackets opened, and I'm simply using the same, finding out the range, brackets closed, and pressing enter is going to tell you the minimum marks of physics. And similarly here we are computing the minimum marks, finding out the minimum marks for math, which you can see it's 30. Minimum marks of computer science is 39, and minimum marks for English is 38. So this is how it's all done in a fraction of a second. The way we have found average, minimum, similarly we are going to do maximum equals to, and we are simply typing MAX for maximum. Again the same, you are selecting the range, clicking on the first one, moving down, closing the bracket, and now similarly your value for maximum is also computed, and repeating the same process, that you can simply drag it to the right hand side, and your formula is copied with the changed cell values, because it's basically the use of relative references, and that is again something that happens automatically. So this is how you have computed the average, the minimum, and the maximum. The way you have increased the decimals for the percentage column, same case you can do with this column also, applying the same together, and you can simply go for increasing the decimals. Same case goes here. You want to do it for this one, can do it on the range of cells, and that is also going to be done for you. So this is how you can make make use of the ready-made functions, or you can even make your own also. After that, let's move to the remarks. Here I want the remarks like pass or fail, and that is done through the use of a very useful function, that is if. Like, what is it based on? I just want that if the percentage that is present in H5 is greater than or equal to 50, it means that the student has passed. So this is my condition. If H5 is greater than or equal to 50, comma, as you can see, the condition is true. I'm opening the quotations and I'm displaying a message pass, and otherwise it will be the message with a fail. Like if the child has not scored marks above or equal to 50, then he is going to fail. So this is what the main thing is. Simply, again, okay, now I made a mistake in the formula. So I will not be worried at all. I'll not be going and rewriting it. I'll simply double click on the cell, and you can see it's now the editing mode, which is open. Like I mistyped the word. I was supposed to write fail. I was supposed to type fail. Instead, I typed false, and that is wrong. So what will I do? I'll simply delete this one, double clicking on the cell, moving to the edit mode, making changes, and now pressing enter. And here there will be no change reflected because the child has scored marks which is equal to 50 or above. That is why. But let's see, is it reflected in the values below? You can see here. A student who has obtained 45.25 percentage marks or 40% marks, he has failed, and that is shown here. So showing you once again, the formula is if equals to if the value is present in H5, that's why H5 is typed here. Greater than or equal to 50 means he is going to be passing, else he will be failing. So this is how you have computed the remarks. You have found the remarks just by using the if. Now this was simple. Let's see that how can I find the grade. Now this is the list of grade. You can see A star 90 plus is A star, A means 80 plus, B is 70 plus, C is 60 plus, D is 50 plus. And God forbid, if the child has scored less than 50, then he is going to score a U. Now here you can see a number of conditions are here. So how will I handle this? Again, the use of equals to and if. But how will you do it? Open the first bracket and I'm performing the first test. Like I am basing the first condition is your percentage that is in present in H5. If H5 is greater than or equal to 90, the message is going to be A star. Perfect, that's simple. But God forbid if the child has not scored it A star, then it is another condition. So you will not write another equals to, but you will write another if. Now this is the beginning of another if. Now you will say if H5 is greater than or equal to 80. Now after 90%, I'm checking the next condition, that is 80%. So if H5 is greater than or equal to 80, then is going to be A, another if. Now you can see child scoring above or equal to 90 A star, child scoring above, or that is not the case. Another condition is checked. If child has scored 80 or above, then he's going to score an A. But if he has not scored an A also, then we have to go for this third condition, that is B. And for this, we have to write the third if. And can you observe the change of the different colors in the brackets? First it was simple black, then it has changed to a red color, then it is changed to another color. In this manner, the colors are changing for each if with a bracket, just to give you an idea so that you can also understand how will you handle it. Now moving to the next condition checking, that is for B, and that is going to be for H5 is greater than or equal to 70, then it will be we have checked the 90%, we have checked the 80%, and now we are going for checking of the value of the B. If it's greater than or equal to 70, then we are going to have a message for B. Now, if that is not B, then we have to go for C also. It means another if is here. And we'll simply go for checking the condition. H5 is greater than or equal to 60. Then it will be C. If that is not the case, you can see another if is here. So I'm not closing the if bracket at all. I'm simply continuing. You can see I wrote the first if for 90% or above. I wrote the second if, type the second if for 80% or above. Then the third if for 70% or above. Then the fifth one is for 60% or above. And now we are going for the condition for D. And that is going to be if H5 is greater than or equal to 50, then we are saying he is going to score a D. Now, assume a child has not scored 90 above, or 80 above, or 70 above, or 60 above, or 50 above. Then it means he has scored less than 50. So in the end, we are going to go for the last check, and that is the value for U. Now you can see this is done. And now the use of the brackets. So now you are going to close all the brackets one by one. You can see First time it's one bracket, then second bracket, then third bracket, and now all the brackets. Now you can see I have made a mistake. We found a typo in the formula that you have written. You want it to be corrected. I simply say yes. And clicking on yes means it will be now corrected. And you can see since the child has scored 50.75, that's why she has scored a D here. Showing you once again the formula equals to if H5 is above or equal to 90, A star, comma, if H5 is greater than or equals to 80, then A. If H5 is greater than or equals to 70, then B. If H5 is greater than or equals to 60, then C. If H5 is greater than or equals to 50, then D. Otherwise, if all the above conditions are false, then in the end it's U, and the same thing you can see here in the formula bar also. So if you think you want to make any amendments, then you can simply make the amendments in the formula bar also. Now doing the same thing, putting my mouse pointer, selecting the cell, clicking on the fill handle, and you can see the formula is copied down, and now it is showing you the current status of the student. You make changes due to any reason, and you can see the corrections are reflected, and this is how you can do your task. Hope that you have understood everything that we have done today. The sum formula, we have made our own. The sum, the use of sum, the use of if for finding out the remarks on the app and the grade. Similarly, the use of average, minimum, maximum. And also we have learned the use of not a function. We have made our own formula in the percentage. And just be clear, can say a reminder, be clear, functions are ready-made available for you, but formula is something that you have to create yourself. And just telling you, we can also create some, we can also find sum and average by making our own formulae also. That's not a problem. Jazakallah khairan kasira for being a part of the learning journey. Hope that you have liked the video. Share with your friends and family so that they all are going to benefit from it. Do not forget to click on the bell icon to get the latest updates of all the videos that are uploaded. Take care of yourself and the loved ones. May Allah bless you. May Allah help you. Allah Hafiz.